Hey spooky people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have a super fun video for you guys. We are going to be decorating my kitchen for Halloween. Our theme for the kitchen this year is Johanna Parker Vintage Halloween. If you guys have been around her for a while, then you know that I am obsessed with all of her pieces. So that's what we're doing today. Everything is going to be either vintage or vintage inspired or thrifted. So if that sounds good to you, then keep on watching. Hopping right into it here, I have this coffin tray that I got at Home Goods this year while I was on vacation on Labor Day weekend. I really like this tray because it is solid wood and the bones are metal, so it's very heavy and very well built. I'm going to be stacking mostly everything on this tray. Up next here, I have this big Johanna Parker candy corn bowl that I bought secondhand on Poshmark. Of course, I filled it up with some Halloween candy. This bowl is actually very deep because I put 3 bags of candy in here and it still didn't fill it all the way to the top. To match our candy corn bowl, I bought these candy corn salt and pepper shakers, also used on Poshmark, but they still had the tags on them. I don't actually have salt and pepper in these, I'm just using them as a display, but maybe one day I will. Also, if you're wondering, I'm using museum putty to secure everything down onto the surface so that my cats can't accidentally knock it over. I purchased the putty on Amazon. Up next here, I have this little black ceramic scaredy cat that is made by Johanna Parker. I purchased this from Christmas Traditions a few years ago. I also have this little jack-o'-lantern girl, which I thrifted and is vintage. I think she's super cute and definitely fits the vibe out here. Next, you will see my cat jump up here, and this is the reason why I need to buy museum putty in the first place. Moving on here, next I have these 2 pot holders that are also made by Johanna Parker. They are her fabric, and I actually purchased these on Etsy from one of her Johanna Parker partners in craft. If you guys don't know what that is, they are artists that are licensed to collaborate with her or use her designs for their art. So I bought these pot holders, and they also came with a matching dish towel, which I will show here in a few minutes. I really like these pot holders because they're oversized and they're definitely easy to grab things with. I'm using them as kind of like place settings here, but mostly just for a background so it pops and so everything matches. These pot holders are also reversible, and there's 2 different prints on each side, which I think is really cool. So I have each side facing up so you can see what they both look like. Next, I have this little ghosty platter that is also made by Johanna Parker. I picked this up at Home Goods this year, the same day that I bought that coffin tray. I thought that was a really cute item, and I love her ghost designs. I feel like you don't see them as much, so when I saw that, I knew I had to grab it. I just decided to place it on top of one of the pot holders. And coming up next here, I have this little Dracula mug that I also purchased from Christmas Traditions a few years back. It's also a Johanna Parker piece, and it's one of her defect pieces, which I didn't notice anything wrong with it, but I like to buy those pieces because they're typically a few dollars cheaper than the regular pieces. And that's about it for the island. I decided to keep it super simple this year, so I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like overall. And then I had a few matching pieces over here on the stove that I was excited to show you guys. So if you watched my thrift store Halloween decor hunting video that I made recently, you would have saw this little vintage pot holder that I thrifted for only 99 cents. I think it is so cute and it matches. And this is the dish towel that I was talking about earlier that I said went with the pot holders. They came in a set. That is it, and I think it is so cute. I paired it with just a plain black dish towel to tie it all together. Over in the corner on my bread box, I wanted to keep the theme going, so I have this little black ceramic cat that I got from Yankee Candle a few years ago. It's actually a candy dish. I also have that Cracker Barrel salt and pepper shaker that I showed in a previous video, as well as a little handmade pumpkin that I thrifted. Over in my coffee bar area, I have a few more items. I have this vintage countdown calendar, as well as 2 other pieces that I thrifted. And to finish it off, I have this little pumpkin teacup that I bought at Home Goods a few years back. That is it for the tour of my kitchen. I hope you guys enjoyed it, but I will have more Halloween decorating videos coming up.